tolerance and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Welcome to this segment in the program. And again, I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. When you share the live on your page, you give your friends the opportunity to be a part of the conversation, to be a part of the dialogue. So please share the live. I want to start off this morning by saying, do not believe the enemy is dead and buried. Do not believe we won and there is no longer competition. Do not believe you've arrived and there is no longer a threat to what you have, because there will always be somebody or some organization who want what you have, who want the government, who wants to be prime minister again, or ministers again, or directors and boards again, or get a promotion to be a PS or a senior administrative officer or an assistant commissioner of police or a deputy commissioner of police wanting to be the commissioner, or a superintendent of the prison or an assistant commissioner of the prison looking forward, working overnight to become the commissioner. In other words, do not become complacent. Do not think because we won the election handsomely and there is this heightened patriotism in the country and outside of the country, and this great love for our Prime Minister and a number of the members of Parliament, that the opposition forces are not hungry for power still and want to come back to run this country, to govern this country. Do not for one moment believe that. Because there are some people who can get so caught up that they forget, the enemies are right in the departments, the enemies are right in the offices, and in some instances, their homes, right? In the parliament, in your constituency, they exist. And yes, they can transform into different characters, different personalities to appease you, to fool you, to trick you. They're very good at that. They're skillful where that is concerned. And I am saying, never trust a friend who is silent about your flaws, your mistakes. So you're in a constituency, you're not performing well, you're not going out and meet the people and listen to the people and do things so that you can be, re-elected. You're not doing the political work. So while government is performing well, you're not doing the political work so that you can be solid next election, and the people around you, they're telling you, man, you're doing good. Everything is rosy. Everything is nice. All right? I am saying, do not become complacent, because in peace, prepare for political war, and in war, prepare for peace. Because remember, we fought politically. That was warfare. And we got peace. We won. But in peace, meaning governance, victory, we won. We must always be prepared for political war, political warfare. Because the opposition, the NNP, they want what the NDC has at this point in time: power. They want to be prime minister and ministers of government again. They want to control. So I am saying, do not believe that that person who is your junior doesn't want your position. And not because the government is performing well, it means that we will get an automatic ride back into power. We're going to just win again and win again and win again. You have to understand the political dynamics in Grenada. Grenadians tend to forget things very quickly, and there is a segment of the population, no matter what you do for them, they will never, ever support you. And mind you, they will befriend you. They will act as though they're on your side. They love you. They will embrace you to see what they can get. And it is a survival mechanism, a survival trick and strategy. It is simple like that. If you have an elephant in a desert, you know that the desert is without water, unless there's some oasis or some special place in the desert where you can quench your thirst. But that elephant, stores water, takes in a lot of water. And even if the elephant might be your friend, if you reach to the point where you're extremely thirsty, you will get rid of that elephant just to get the water from the elephant. So I am saying to you, the politics, the small island politics, dictates that you know your enemy and you tread cautiously, because politics in Grenada is still very tribal. Politics in Grenada is still polarized. Politics in Grenada is still a warfare, a political warfare. I am saying to you, it seems like some people forget where we were and where we are now and what it will take to maintain that and to win again and again and again. It seems as though we believe that in one term we can usher in a new style of politics, a new style of governance, where everybody will come on board, where everybody will forget their party and focus on Grenada and the development of Grenada. So the person who is an NNP and a public servant would forget about the NNPism, right? The kitism, and focus on doing the work and develop Grenada and produce on the job. That will not happen very easily. It will not. The police officer who got a promotion once or twice under the NNP will be loyal to the NNP until they realize that you give them 1, 2, 3 different promotions, and still they will be loyal to the first person who promoted them. They will still be loyal to the NNP. So don't fool yourself to believe that all of a sudden they change, all of a sudden it's about Grenada, all of a sudden they're loyal to country. No, they will pretend that they are. Politics is about strategy. Politics is about understanding your enemies and being able to strategize to get an edge, to always be ahead of them. Do not underestimate your political rivals. The greatest mistake in political warfare is to underestimate your political enemy. In the parliament, we are seeing that. Yes, you want to demonstrate unity and love and togetherness. There are conferences that you go on, opposition and government ministers, and it comes across as though it's a happy hour. It's all cool. But here it is. The same opposition force will go into a political forum and bash you and attack your government, say all manner of nasty things because they want to get back into power. They want your seat. But you will drink, laugh, giggle, have a fantastic time with them. But they want what you have. What are you doing to prevent them from getting it? What are you doing to prevent them from getting it? It is important. Yes, you can have them close. Yes, you can, embrace some of them, right? Nothing wrong with that. And many a times you have to get them close to understand what is going on at certain places. I understand all that. But I am saying do not become complacent. Do not become complacent to believe that this battle is won and there is no more fighting politically and everything will just come easy from here onwards. It's not going to happen so, because when stupid season comes around, those NNP supporters within the different departments, they will show their colors. Those NNP police officers. Yes, some people don't like you to say police officers who are NNP. Yes, those police officers who are supporters of the NNP. Those prison officers who are supporters of the NNP. And you can go in all the different departments and sectors and statutory bodies and all these different things. They will show their colors because now they're quietly undermining, sabotaging, doing certain things to stall government, to undermine government. Do not let your guards down to believe that you have arrived and there is no more work to be done politically. You're joking. No matter what. That is why small island politics dictates that you focus on your supporters at all costs because you won. And to win, it means you got more votes. How can you work to keep that number or at least stay around that number? Because people will migrate, people will die. We understand all of that. That's life. But you want to stay around that number. So you cannot be talking as though, you're above the fray to supporters and to people who voted you in. There are some folks who are working for ministers of government in constituency offices, in different places, and they are very disrespectful. They are out of order many a times, forgetting that these people put them there. Not only that, people come to you for assistance, support. You have to be able to help them or try to help them or appear to be helping them. This thing is a numbers game. And I'm saying all of this because there seems to be this complacency that these people are going to go back and vote for me. The NDC supporters, they are very hard to read. They are not like the NNP. The NNP supporters, don't matter what, they're going to vote for the NNP. Right? I have been trying to get the NDC supporters to that place where they support the party no matter what. But it's a hard thing. It will take a long time to get to that place. I am saying again, yes, government is doing well. They're performing well. But the political work must continue. The political work in the constituency must continue. And the MP or the member of parliament, who is now a minister, must know that he is first and foremost a politician who wants to be re-elected next election and must do everything in his power, of course legally, so to be re-elected. It's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. And I remember a good friend of mine who is a politician. He said when he does a project, right? A project in a community, he counts the votes. Yes, he counts the votes. So he does a piece of road, a piece of wall. He assists people with poor relief assistance, with housing assistance, with some form of employment or support, or anything of that sort. He counts the votes. He takes the numbers, the phone numbers of these people, right? Once they're eligible to vote or will be eligible soon, their number, their email address, their everything. Because he wants to keep in touch with them. He wants to follow up with them. Because I always say, some of these people who we call elected members of parliament. They only got 2,000 people to vote for them and they end up in the parliament. You didn't realize that? They only got 2,000 people, right? Let me give you some examples, right? Because it is important. Don't believe that these people are so popular, No, they're not. It is not that a lot of people voted for them. No. Don't make them believe so. Don't make them believe that they're so popular and they're so loved and liked. Don't fool yourself. I am saying there are some seats that some members of parliament won in a big way. Can't run away from that. They won big. They won huge. Right? We have to agree. But I'm saying to you that really and truly, they did not go there by a lot of votes. A lot of them did not go there by a lot of votes. So don't make them believe that they are gods over you. No. I'll give you a typical example. Kate Lewis Peters, for example. She's from the St. Andrew Northeast constituency. The amount of people who were registered last election to vote in that constituency was 5,362 people. You hear me? 5,362 people were registered. So they were eligible to vote. Kate Lewis only got 2,190 votes, out of 5,362 people. Let's say some migrated, some died, right? But I'm saying out of that bulk, she only got 2,190 because in our parliamentary system, even if you get one vote more than your opponent, you win. But don't believe that they're indispensable, they're unbeatable, and they're so strong, and they're God over you. No. Nope. And I am always, at that place where I say to myself, but wait. Let's look at Emlyn Pay, for example. Right? Emlyn Pay got 1,893 votes. That's all she got. 893 votes. That's all out of almost 4,868 votes. You see, folks, I am saying we have to understand this politics. Any popular person could get that amount of votes. I'm telling you, any popular person, likable person in a constituency could get that amount of votes, and who has the resources to really put the work and the organization together. Don't make them fool you. So this level of complacency, don't make them believe that, this thing is such that they're solid. No, and it's on both sides. Both sides. I only pull out the opposition votes and the amount of votes they got. Big bad Keith Mitchell, only 2,211 people had voted for the man here. I mean, the opponent, my good friend, Senator the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, he got 773 votes. But I am saying not a lot of people voted for this guy, No. Our constituencies are very small. They are very small. So again, I am saying it is important that you understand what is happening here. So you can't be complacent. You can never become complacent. So I am saying there are people out there who giving you the impression that they're untouchable, they're unbeatable. You know, sometimes I see it, because I know people. Let me use St. John, for example, right? My constituency. I just cannot understand having 6,000 people registered to vote, 6,300. If I am running, I'm not interested in frontline politics, but if I'm running for St. John, I can't see how I will not be able to get 3,000 votes. I just can't see it. Right? Or else I would not put myself up. And I'm only using that as an example. So don't make some people fool you. All it takes is 1,500 votes in let's say, St. Mark. Clarice Modeste, she only got 1,470 votes. You know? That's all to get this woman in the Parliament of Grenada, you know. Yeah, that's all. So you didn't realize that? Only 1,470 people voted for this woman to get her into the parliament, you know. And I hope I'm causing you to think. You have to understand this thing, you know. And do not believe that because you see for St. Mark 3,690 people registered to vote, it means that you don't have an next 1,000 people who are actually eligible to vote, who could actually register and vote for that constituency. In the diaspora and here in St. Mark. Don't fool yourself. Do not believe for one moment that you don't have another 1,000 people who were of the age of 18 at that time and either in Grenada or outside of Grenada. And if we work extremely hard, if we had worked extremely hard to get them to come back and vote or to get them to participate, this woman would have been history. Senator, the Honorable Quince Britton, he got 995 votes. And the woman got 1,470. Folks, don't make these people make you believe that they are so popular, that they are so liked, that, you know, they have what it takes to. You're joking. You're joking, people. I am saying to you, do not become complacent. Look for the people who supported you, who voted for you. Find them. Listen to them. Meet them halfway. Many of them do not need anything, you know, physically. They don't need money or clothes or food or house or anything of that sort. Many of them. There are those who need that. And if they need it, you have to start working towards assisting them. The politics requires that. You need to start understanding that you are in a political warfare. And the person who is sitting next to you, they're your junior, but they want your work. You hear me? The person you beat in the last election, they still want your work. And they continue to undermine and put strategies and all kind of boogie trap in your way because they want your work. I am saying again, Peter David, for example, this guy only got 1,329 votes, you know. You could imagine that. That's all this guy got, you know. Out of almost 4,000 people. 3,781 people were registered. The guy only got 1,329 people voting for him. And do you know, out of that 3,781 people, only 2,482 people who voted. So a whole 1,300 and something. So if there was another candidate, I'll give you an example, who ran and got all the other votes, that person would have been the MP for the town of St. George. Yeah. I'm telling you, if there was another person who ran, right, and maybe they were able to take a little from Peter and take a little from Claudette, they would have been the MP. So I am saying you have to understand what is at play here. Yeah. What's the difference in terms of the deficit, the difference from, let me just check the difference. Because it's important that people understand that these people are no gods. They're not that popular and liked. No, look at the amount of votes Peter got. Right? What's the difference? Let me get the difference. 3,781 from 2,462. Right. So I am saying there must be people in the town of St. George who didn't get registered and who decided not voting. Right? Let's suppose there was another candidate and that person was able to get all the remaining votes. 1,319, right, votes. And they were able to get an additional 20 or 30 people on their side to register. They would be MP for the town of St. George, right? Because there must be people who just didn't get registered, didn't participate, just don't want to have any part to do with this thing. Don't fool yourself. Clear cut. I am saying to you, do not become complacent. There is a political war still taking place. Because your junior or the person you defeated still want your work. They still want to win. And don't get carried away. And the people who are around you in your constituency offices, in different government departments, generally speaking, you have to train them to understand that the people who voted for you, you want them to vote for you again, and maybe their children are now eligible. You want them to vote for you too. And then you need other people. So you have to toe the line very carefully. Don't get swell-headed. Don't believe that you're above the fray and you win already. No, no, no. There are a lot of NNP supporters who come in wrong now and playing as though they're your friend. They're not your friends. You believe that they're your friends. One or two of them, you have to keep them close to get to know what is happening in the enemy camp. I agree. I have some NNP people who I would fraternize, who I would play as though they were my friends, take photos, take all kind of things with them, just to know what is happening in the NMP camp. And that's kind of clear cut. Right? I would go around them, that little circle, and they would know, they would be talking, telling you what's going down, indirectly so, saying things, and you're getting the information, the intel. I have friends like that. I have people, well, I call them associates, not really friends, associates. It's a good strategy. But I'm saying at the end of the day, you have to look for your people. You have to look for your people. Because if they get vexed and they decide they're not going out and vote for you, then you lose 10 votes, you lose 20 votes, you lose 30 votes, you lose 40 and 50 votes. And remember, some people migrated, some people died, right? And there are a lot of people, of course, who, you're running, so you're a member of parliament, and you're hoping and praying that Kem Jones will work his magic and get as many people in the diaspora as possible to come back home and participate in our elections. There are some people like that. Sir. There are some folks who got elected and they're like that. Let Kem do the work, right? Kem is not a cleaner in any ministry. He's not on any board, right? Things will come, opportunities will come in the different ministries for people like Kem Jones. They would not consider Kem Jones and even think about him and say, but, Kem Jones in talk radio, the man doing X, Y, and Z. Maybe he could get an opportunity here. Maybe he could get an opportunity there. He's a Grenadian. They won't think about that. They're high and mighty. They're in their position. They have X and they have Y and they're big, right? But they're hoping and praying that Kem Jones go do the political work, right? Work his magic and do the political work. And they're praying and hoping that Kem Jones going to be able to mobilize thousands of people from the diaspora to come and cross them over the line, and then they win again, and then they high and mighty again, and they big as though they, there are people like that. But don't get complacent. Do not get complacent in this thing called politics. Because, let me tell you this, I am on the ground, and I go and I listen to a lot of people. They applaud our beloved Prime Minister. They love him. His approval rating is right up and top. They love his performance. He's doing an excellent job. But that's the Prime Minister. That's the Prime Minister. He's doing a good work. Good job. But what's about you? What's your rating? How do the people in your constituency see you? How? Have you checked on that? So while government is doing all what they're doing, what's about you as the member of parliament for that particular constituency? What's your rating? Because you see, sometimes you become so complacent, you forget the politics and you forget the people who get you into power, who cause you to win. You understand me? So you have to be very careful. Very, very careful. And look, do not reach to that place, where because the NNP have infighting. Well, who's that person trying to call me? Don't call me now. Whoever trying to call me, don't call me now. Call me after the program. I don't want to hear you. I don't care who the person is. So here it is. I'm saying, not because the opposition is weak politically. They have all kind of infighting, all kind of, rumbling, all kind of melee for leadership, and they seem to be very disorganized and so on. But they have money. And money answers all things politically. You hear me? You understand? So don't get yourself tied up and believe you could ride on that. Well, NNP in disarray, NNP in this, NNP is a mess, NNP. Grenadians, our people, you're joking. You're joking. You hear me? You're joking. Understand certain things. Understand certain things. Look for your people. Don't try to play God. Don't try to play Mr. Nice and Miss Nice to those NNP supporters. They don't like you and they would not vote for you. They didn't like you and they would not vote for you. Don't try to play Mr. Nice and Mr. Angel in the different villages and constituency where you have $10 to distribute, but you're playing Mr. Fair. So you want to give the NNP $5 and you want to give the NDC $5. What's wrong with all you? That's politics. That's not politics. That's dotishness. That's what it is. That's lunacy. You have to understand, you must give $8 to your supporters, to your people politically inside your constituency. And the next 2, you could give them. Don't play stupid, you know. When the NNP was in power, that is exactly what they did for the last, a lot of years. And they won over and over and over and over and over. So yes, we want to usher in a new type of governance. We want to unite. We want to pull people together. We want to But don't forget the politics and how you balance government with politics. You have to balance it off, you know. If you ain't balance this thing off, you in problems. Don't try to play Mr. Nice. You can't get these NNP and them to support you. This is quick in one term. You think they come in and support you? Look at what the NNP used to do. The NNP used to squeeze those NDC supporters, you know, and take care of their people. They used to pressure them NDC supporters. Yeah. And when you pressure them, right, and your supporters, they're happy and they this and that, they go and vote. Your supporters voting, they go and vote. Yeah. That is what the NNP used to do. They pressure in those NDC. The amount of victimization happening in government, as long as they know you NDC. Pressure. In the villages, for you to get a roadwork, you have to go on your knees in an NNP constituency office to beg for a roadwork. And we can go on and on and on. I know what's going down. This thing is common sense. Don't try to play Mr. Nice with those NNP supporters. You matter what? I know about the NNP supporters more than all you know. All of you just come and plain thing. I know about those NNP supporters. You think you could change that on them? You think you could change that on them? You're joking? You're making a big mistake. You can't change that on them. No. And it will take a long time to make inroads with some of those NNP folks. A long time. Because they are loyal to a party and they are loyal to a man. And they're good at, you know, they're chameleons. I think that's the word. By the time they touch something, they turn into it. They pretend that they're it. They're good, you know, to change personalities and change whatever. They're very good at that. But they remain the same NNP. So I am saying, do not become complacent. Do not think that you have arrived. Do not think that you are above the fray. Look for your people. Look for your supporters. It is a numbers game. I don't care what you say. It's a numbers game. You hear I just tell you the numbers? I just call out the numbers, you know. I just call out the numbers for you. Didn't you hear I call out the numbers for you? Most of these people didn't win by much, you know. They didn't get a lot of people to vote for them. Right? Most of the people who won, they didn't win by much. I'm telling you, do not forget your people. In the police force, do not forget your supporters. In the prison services, do not forget your people. In the different government departments, do not forget your supporters. In the constituency, the different villages, look for your supporters and help them in whatever way you can. Some of them may not be looking for anything personal, but there are some who are looking for personal assistance. You have to give them. And don't believe that you're this minister today and I see with my own eyes, and I hope all you listening, you know, there are people who are ministers of government for 3 consecutive elections. NNP lose, and they like lick up puppies in Grenada now. People don't even recognize them. People don't even know them. They were Mr. this and Minister this and Minister that. Look at them now. Where are they now? They're no ministers. Politics is unforgiving. Eh? Politics is unforgiving. You become a minister of government, a minister of this, a minister of that. When you lose, you worse than a vagrant. politically. That's the reality. You can give these people nothing. So they see it. You're useless. You're irrelevant. You don't have, look at some of those NNP ministers of government that were there before. They're not even recognized when they go to events or anything whatsoever. They become a nobody. Politics is unforgiving. And that's the reality. So don't believe that you're high and mighty and you some minister this and minister that and you're playing. And that is why when the Honorable Ron Redded, because he was a minister of government, he's no longer a minister of government. That is why I like this young man. He just humbled himself, accepted the fact that he was elected as a member of parliament. Right? There were some ministers who were, and some opposition people who were, and boy, is what they and say. Some of them they're shoo-shooing, but your time won't come, All of your time will come. You don't know that? You think you will be minister forever? Your time won't come. So I am saying, I applauded Ron because his level of maturity and reason. The guy, you don't make no fuss, you don't make no issue. Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. He's pursuing his master's degree, doing what he has to do, working even extra hard in his constituency. He has the NNP and then they go attack him, but the man doing a lot of work in his constituency. I applaud him. No selfie doing work, left, right, and center. But there are people who say, well, he was minister, and look at the guy humble. That didn't move him. A ministerial position never moved him. And that is how all politicians need to be. Every one of you. Because today or tomorrow, the prime minister could decide you would no longer be a minister of government, ordinary, back down. And if you're a senator, worse yet. You understand the point? So I am saying to you, you have to understand this politics. Do not become complacent. Do not become complacent. You hear me? Because at the end of the day, politics and election is about numbers. It's about numbers. You have to get your people to be happy and keep happy. And get those in the middle to be happy and keep them happy. And get some new people. But don't believe that the NNP supporters, that they're on your side. They're tricking you. They're not on your side. They're not. And all you need to do is to check out some of the events of the NNP. The NNP base, they're attending some of them. They're still there with them. They're moving. They're pretending because they want road work. They want the poor relief assistance. They want the tuition support. They want the free bathroom. They want material assistance. They want them things. They want stuff. That is how the NNP supporters, they are grabby, take. Grab. More they get is more they want. That's exactly what it is. And this thing is no rocket science. I understand this thing to a T. So don't believe that you're some god over people. You arrive and hello, different ball game. Different ball game. The NNP supporters, they're very, very pretensive. They're tricky. So don't try to play nice with them. You think they're nice? No. Look at what NNP did for 23 years and a half. Pressure. Yes, but the pressure was only on who? The pressure was directly directed to the opposition forces and the people who did not support them. The NNP pressure them throughout and they make sure that the people was okay. And they win over and over and over again because you have to rally your base. You have to make sure that your base is happy, that your people are happy. Because watch me. You think it's easy to persuade a NDC to go there and vote? You think it's easy? Something wrong with you if you believe that. You know, there were a lot of NDC supporters who, before last election, said they're done, they're not voting again. They were so disappointed. Between 2008 to 2013, they lost hope. They were not energized, they were not motivated, they were not nothing. They were vexed, they're angry. You hear me? Though they were registered to vote, they never voted in 2013, and 2018. But it took strategy. It took a lot. And I'm not taking total credit for it, but it took a lot of work to motivate these people over a period of 10 years. You hear me? Some people don't understand you. You speak to people and they tell you that they really thought NDC stand no chance. NDC couldn't. Yeah, you speak to them and look, we stayed the course. We energized you. We motivated you because sometimes people need to see somebody who is brave, who is courageous, who could say to you, get up. You could get up. Get up this morning. Clean your house. Cook your little food. Go to work. Yes, you could do it. Just that little motivation, that push, that drive. And when you see that person doing it, then you do it. Don't play with that, People saw me out here when NNP won in 2013, all 15 seats. I never gave up. 2013, I come out and I started the program and I started doing things, right? We had march, we had protests, we had, it's what we do. We help people there, we do this, I was always in the news. Don't forget that, Then me and those in the news, we fell out. But remember, anytime you look at the news, you see Kem Jones. Don't forget that. GBN, MTV, all of them, they like Kem Jones. Like every time they see Kem Jones, don't forget that. Don't forget all the march, the protest, and the this and the that, and all the this and commenting on this issue, that issue, interview here, Don't forget that. Then I realized it was time to, do what I'm supposed to do when it comes to the media, so people could understand what the media was trying to do against the NDC. Right? And then they lost, so they didn't want to see Kem, and right now Kem is the most, but I didn't worry about that. No. And then they saw me as a competition. You see? Don't forget these things. And then NDC lost the election in 2013. They lost in 2018. And boy, a lot of those folks went and hide again. Frightened, scared. But Kem Jones came back out, renewing your courage and encouraging you and telling you we could do it. We could do it. And we will do it. And we're going to win. And this is how we're going to win. And this is what we have to do. And that's before the new dream team came about, And boy, when the new dream team came about, it was not that it just comes so. We were coordinating, we were working together. The most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team, we were working together. So don't believe this thing was some guest thing and no. It was very smooth and well worked out and well organized. That is why I will stand every day to defend the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Promote him, promote the NDC, defend the NDC. Because I know what we fought for and how we arrived where we were, where we got to. This is no guess. That is why I'm out here still, fighting this fight and not becoming complacent. Because I know what it took to get there with the assistance of so many people. Have to beg and plead with people to give resources, help here, do here. Them NMP accuse me, say, Kem Jones, he begging. Well, I beg more than that during the election of 2008. You hear me? I was campaign manager, and I had to go and beg all kind of people to get money. And we won in St. John. So I know about that. When MP and when candidate afraid to go and beg, afraid to go and ask for money to support the campaign, and so I doing it. So I am not new to these things. I understand what it takes to win. Sometimes you got to eat humble pie. Right? That's what it is. So I am saying to you, this was not no smooth ride and no walk in the park. I had to encourage you, and you can attest to that. You can confess openly, right? You can say openly that some days I actually motivated you and encouraged you to call back home and dictate to your family and your children, go and get registered, go and vote. And we go do it, we go win, we could win. Folks, lest you forget that, or else you're going straight back into complacency. You hear me? I am saying to you, understand this to a T. This thing don't happen just so, and somebody become a candidate and they get some votes and they believe that they get the vote and they win because of them. It took a lot of work. A lot of work to get where we are. And I will not sit by and allow anyone to destroy what we gain, the gains and the work that we put in to cause us to be where we are. Because I want to make sure, and I mean personally, that the NDC remains in power for the next 3 elections at least, the next 15 years. The next 15 years. And you know, no one will stand in the way of that. And you know how I operate. No one will stand in the way of that. I am saying to you, do not become complacent. Do not believe that you have arrived and you're over everybody else. Right? Understand where you came from nothing to something, and you have to know how to keep what you have. You hear me? Keep what you have. Secure what you have. Solidify it. Concretize it. This is no joke. This is no joke what I'm telling you. No joke. Don't fool yourself. No. It is political warfare. Look for your people. Support your people. Do anything that you can. Of course, legally so. To make sure that your people are okay and happy. Them NNP and them, they're pretending and making you believe that they your friend and they like you and they cool with you what, where, and when. You joking. You have to be joking. I am saying to you, they are pretensive. They want to come back in power, you know. Them supporters are doing all kind of things to undermine the government. And don't play as though you close with them. If you have $10 to distribute, make sure you give 8 to your supporters and 2 to them. Let them call, let them bawl, let them scream, let them say what they have to say. They will talk for a week and they will shut up. Don't come and play Mr. Nice and Miss Nice with these people. Because ultimately what will happen to you, they go in election time and vote for the NNP. You hear me? That is what they will be doing. Yeah? Hey, hey Russ. Yeah, you gotta bring that by me. All right. Yeah. So I am saying it is important that you understand what is at stake here. We got to look for people in the byroads and look for people in the communities, in the villages. Go back to them. Let's try to help them. Let's try to make sure that they're okay. You may not be able to satisfy all their needs, but go, sit, listen to them. Don't try to appease the NNP supporters. They go fool you. They go trick you. You hear me? They go trick you. They're not on your side. No matter what you do for them. Because the NNP supporters, they're an ungrateful bunch of people, you know. They're only loyal to the NNP. But they're ungrateful to Grenada. They don't love this place called home. They love NNP. So no matter all the good things you're doing, because you see, government is performing well. Government doing well. But you think that's going to get you back into power? With them NNP and them, you're joking. You have to now personalize your politics to help your people to make sure that they're okay. Because the people in the middle, they will be happy with government's performance. That's the middle people. But you have to make your people happy. You have to make sure that they're energized and excited and ready to go back out there when you call them and when you have events and activities. You have to look for your people, support your people. And our people must be patient too. You can't be too greedy. When you're too greedy, you want all. Well, with time now and with government in power, and I see that one get that and I don't get that. You're too damn greedy. And I always tell you that. Don't be too greedy. Be patient. Eat small and leave long. Because you might grab and you will choke yourself. So you have to be strategic too. So while they have to look for you, they have to help you, they have to support you. You have to be patient with them, you have to be supportive of them, and you have to also understand you have to eat small and leave long. Because some people, how they behaving? You see, I am a very observant person. There are some people, how they behaving is as though we have 5 years to just grab. And after that, bye-bye. That's what they believe in. But for me, I am thinking down the road. Yes, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I am medium to long term. Yeah, you got to be patient. You got to be strategic, be helpful, supportive. Things go come, help go come. But I'm saying to the MPs, the elected folks, look for your people, support your people, make sure that they're okay. Right? But there are some of them we know, they're greedy. They want all one time. Come, I want all. All must come to me. No. If you have $10, 8 must go, in my belief, for the supporters, your people, and 2, we go share the 2 among the others. You hear me? Or $7 going towards our people, 3 going towards them. You have to balance it off strategically. So don't play stupid and play nice. You're not no priest. Politics is not no priesthood. You hear me? Politics is not no priesthood and you're playing nice and you're playing good and you're joking. They're biting you up. The worst thing you could do with NNP supporters is to play soft and play nice. The worst thing you could do with an NNP supporter, play soft and play nice. You don't see who they had? They had an Iron Man ruling them for how much time? Just check it out. Some of those NNP supporters who are women, right? Just check it out. Check out who they deal with and how they're being treated. Check it out. Some of them might say, okay, I'm just don't go there. Yes, I go in there. Check it out. A lot of them. Look, the day with the man, the same piece of old house. They're making a whole pile of children. They're still unemployed. The children fighting to make ends meet, to go to school. You look at their clothes. You look at everything. They can't even get up 3 square meals per day catching the royal, but they still there. Some of the man dragging them, beating them, is all kind of thing the man ain't doing. The man giving them boot like the biggest cow horn you could find in the high mountains or in the plains or wherever you want to call it. Boot they get in, cow horn for so. But they're still there. They're still there and they're still making children for him. That is how the Iron Man used to treat them and continue to treat them. You don't realize? Hear what the man saying now. The old cock. He telling them, well, we're not in power. Go and ask them ministers and them for things. Excuse me. That's what the man doing now. The man has millions of dollars. The old cock. He has millions of dollars, you know? But he's still telling them, go and ask them ministers. We're not in power. We will go get money for you. We will get this. We will get that. Go and ask them. And they whining, they dancing with him. They jump in when I Jamo song start to sing, until my work is over, I'm gonna da 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 until Jaja ready for something like that. Tell them, he said, go on them, go on, ask them ministers and them, go on them, you know. They say, oh, we not in power, we not power, we not in government. Yeah, you think easy? But that is what they love. That is what they love. They love that kind of treatment. You want to play Mr. Nice with them, they will bite you up. They will devour you. You hear me? They will devour you. That's what it is. They're accustomed to that kind of treatment. So they play Mr. Nice with them. They will kick you like a whole ball in the street. You hear me? Use those things as basic learning opportunities. The man, you know, the man have millions of dollars. Some people say he make a mistake with the 1 and the 9. The old cock. Millions of dollars. Yeah. You know what he's telling them? And you look in some of those meetings and them, you see them women, you just watch them and you say, you understand what I'm saying? You watch them, telling them, you say, we're not in power. We're not in power. We can't give you nothing. Don't come to us. Go to them. Man, they kissing him up. They're dancing with him. And they're whining like, you know, they like to whine because you understand? But I'm saying to you, that's how it operates. Say, go to them. But hear this. They're getting $10,000 constituency allowance every month. You didn't know that? They're getting it too. But you say, go to them. So they're accustomed to that kind of treatment. So don't go and play Mr. Nice, Mr. Lovey-dovey. And you're this nice minister. And you're wrong with all you. You think you're getting them on your side? You're joking. If you ain't work on keeping what you have and supporting what you have, that number will drop. You hear me? And yes, the people in the middle, they're happy with what's happening with government. That's great. But they're not enough to cross us over the line come the next election. You hear me? All right? Yes. So they got $30,000 because they did not get January, February, and March. So that's three months. So they got the $30,000 lump sum. So you're right. And of course, they have to account for it and what they do and little projects and whatever they're doing. But they're getting that money. But I'm saying to you, understand, these things are basic. You can learn from it. You meet a woman, she barefooted, you take her, you bring her by the manicure, pedicure, so nails, toenails, fingernails, you nice up, they scrub, she heals and they deck off, put her in a high heel, she had the proper clothes and thing, you nice up with some nice clothes and thing, and you hygiene-wise, shave, deodorant, teeth, scrub, thing, that, whiten, floss, when you nice up, hairstyle, you give her even wig and all, braid, whatever. And then she start becoming comfortable. She's not accustomed with that kind of thing. You see? And tutus, she by the way start slipping back in. She start to harm you, start to disrespect you. She get brave and all. You understand? She want to push you out of your own house. That's the NNP. That's how NNP operates. Generally, that's how they operate. Use that as an example. They're not accustomed to that nice kind of, you're mad. That is why the old cock used to treat them that kind of way. You understand? So every time he come closer to the election and thing, he give them a whole pile of thing and who getting road work, who getting this, who getting material assistance, who getting road, all kind of thing they giving them. Yeah. He spoil them. So they still believe that they could get that under NDC and live comfortably. Some of them, they still doing the contract that they used to do under NNP. Yeah. Some of them, yeah, still the same contract Some of them is security, contract, this contract, maintenance, this, all kind of things. They're still continuing it. So we are Grenadians, so we all do this, but they're still going in the NNP meetings and they're still supporting NNP. Yep. Boy, I am saying, in closing, do not become complacent. And do not believe that you've arrived and you're over everybody and you're some minister now and you're some this now and you're high and mighty and you're... No, sir. No. Humble yourself. Look at me. Look at Cam Jones. I'm still with the people. Still doing the 2 programs. Still with the people, simple. A funeral a day, event a day, on the block a day, playing like a domino, mix and mingle. A day with the people. Yes. When folks from the diaspora come, man, I loving them up, I kiss them up, we eat, come, let's drink, let's this. That's how I do it. I remain the same old Cam Jones. Same Cam. I ain't fighting for nothing. I ain't fighting for no minister thing, no senator thing, no cleaning job, no team job, no director this. Y'all, you want director this and some of them you ask them, where you come out? You understand? Where you were? Yeah. Yes, but now I remain grounded. That is why the people listen to me. That is why the people love me like that. You know? Everywhere I go in town, I go Granville, anywhere I go. The people love me, young, middle-aged. Cam, how you doing? No, because they realize I still on their side. I'm on the side of the people. Once you're with the people, you're safe. You're safe. But folks, I want to say to you that I still have tickets, right? And look, the tickets, I just started to sell them. Huh? So it's $50, 10 years. May the 15th will mark 10 years since I've been doing this on air, on radio, and doing the podcast and so on. 10 years. All right? May the 31st, we're going down to the Trade Center. We're going to go down there and celebrate. We have a little ceremony. We got our vibes, right? Local foods on sale, drinks on sale, $50, 50 EC. 50 EC for ticket. If you can't come, if you're not going to make it, buy some tickets as a form of appreciation for what I have been doing, volunteering my time and effort to do this. If you want to WhatsApp me, send some money via Western Union, MoneyGram, or maybe somebody you're here in Grenada, you want to, link up with me, call me up. My number is kind of well known, 1473 as a code, 415-4817. 415-4817. You can WhatsApp me on that number. You can call me on that number, and pick up your tickets. All right? $50, 50 EC. Pick up your tickets. Support this very important event. 10 years is a big deal for me. Besides all the other events I have had, this event must be a very successful one. And you can get the tickets. I have them. Call me up, WhatsApp me. But, I have them. 50 EC. 50 EC. And I want to thank the people who have been, calling me up and sponsoring a couple tickets and so on. That's good. I really appreciate that. But we need to see more people buying up the tickets early o'clock. That is why I'm constantly talking about this. All right? All right. So, all right. You see that man calling here? That's that important, man. Hello? Hello? Hey, my brother, how you doing?
Morning, I'm just cool, man. I'm calling just to report that a guy checking something there for me. He had to get back to me after lunch. He say he locate something. He had to make the people.
All right. Well, all right. So we go talk.
Yeah.
All right.
And before you go, I enjoy.
Right. I didn't hear that first part.
I want to add a little.
You said before I go.
No, I said before you go. I said I'd enjoyed the program this morning.
Blessings flow.
Yeah, and you were you are so correct that people forgot where they came from.
Yep.
And is of the view that they have arrived. Kim, I'll tell you something, and you are speaking to the converted.
Yep.
Because the amount of people, I mean, I have to talk low because my wife does give me blows to that. In 2008, how I was treated, when she saw I wrote a check to go and start the process to print jerseys and banners for 800,000, she said, Louis, you're going mad. I said, listen, I am the man that wears the pants in this house. Come, and I'm telling you, the
Yes.
if I get one in the last 9 months.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land.
Right. So yeah, it's a very important call. So I had to take that call. But let me wrap up. All right, let me wrap up here. Yeah, very important. You know, there are some people every time I see the number on my phone, I do, you know, immediately, you see, good people, right? Yeah. So I'm saying again, it's so important that we understand. Do not become complacent. Complacency is never a good thing. Don't become complacent. Complacency is not a good thing. We got to work overnight to make sure that we add to what we have. We build, but we take care of our people. You have to take care of our people. Because remember, when election comes again, you have to go back to your people. So you have to be, you know, so don't believe that you could usher in a new style of thing and play a priest and play a nun and you're nice. Them NNP people, they don't, they don't understand that. Different ball game, all right? Different ball game. So let's continue to do what we got to do. I was saying to you that I have the tickets. You know, I have the tickets. It's 50 EC. You know the number, 415-4817. It's the number of the program. That's my personal cell number. All right? The personal cell number. You call me on personal cell number. 415-4817, right? 415-4817. That's 415-4817. That's the number. You WhatsApp me, you call me straight. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's so important, that event. 10 years is a big deal for me. Forget about all the other events. 10 years is a big deal. And the tickets are reasonable, 50 EC for one. And if you can't come, just sponsor buy some tickets, right? Buy a couple tickets. Say Ken Bar sending you 100 US or 100 Canadian or pounds or whatever, you know, or EC. 200 EC, that's four tickets. You could give whoever you want to give, or you it's just like a sponsor, right? So you're free. If you can't afford, so be it. But I look forward to you giving towards this particular event. I want this event to be really good and successful. We have a little ceremony and thing. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. All right? It's gonna be nice. I wanna, before I close, extend my deepest condolences to the family of John Un, right? He was a really, really good soldier of mine's. Rita, the Hagley family, Rita and the family there, they've always been very close to me. He passed away, and I only got to know that yesterday. And he was buried already, but, they were overseas. And I got to know that yesterday, and Rita, she brought me a gift that he bought when he went back to America for me, a nice gift. But he just couldn't make it back to Grenada. But they've always been very good to me for many, many, many years, a lot of years while I was on air. And I want to extend my deepest condolences to the family. Tall boy, I used to call him Tall Boy. He always had chats in his mouth. And he always had something to tell me after my program. He always had something. He said, Cam Jones, X, Y, and Z is the case. And he would, but by the time I reach at the house, he would have some beer. He said, boy, I buy the Stag and Carib just so you know. So remember, I told him I don't drink Carib, right? I would drink a Stag or Heineken. So he then buy that. So when I go there, he'll give me a drink, right? And we'll talk, we'll chat. Very nice gentleman. And he lived a really pleasant and decent life, right? Happy life. And may his soul rest in peace. So I really want to end on that note. And, Rita and your sister, is it Marilyn? The bigger sister, right? And all the family. Grego, may your soul rest in peace too, right? Hagley, you remember Grego? That's his brother-in-law. Well, Grego died, but you know, same family, sisters and brothers and so on. They were very, very close, and they've always been very supportive of what I do from day one. Very, very close. So he was a really good friend, a dear friend, folks. And I did extend condolences to the Ned family, Kenneth, Ned, and the whole family on the passing of their dad. And they too were very close with me for many, many, many years. Right? The funeral will be on Monday at the Seventh Adventist Church at Paradise. Paradise on Monday. Monday, I think it's at 1 o'clock, 1:30, thereabout. And then the burial will be at Grand Bras Cemetery. So I will be at that funeral on Monday, God's willing. Folks, take good care and bye.